Hello guys, today we will be adding Google Sign-in method to a Flutter app using Firebase. Make sure your Flutter installed correctly. We'll go to create new Flutter project, Flutter application, next. Give it a name. I'll give it Flutter Google Auth SDK path. Next, and just finish. We will wait till the build finishes. So our build have been finished. Now we'll click this, we'll minimize this a little bit, we will remove this, all the content inside material app and these files, this classes. Okay, so we'll get to the UI part later. First let's start by adding Firebase to our application. Before that, go to Google, search Firebase, then go to firebase.google.com. Here you have to log in by your ID. I have already logged in, so we'll go to console. After going to Firebase console, we'll click on add project, give it a name, continue, Google Analytics account, continue, create project. We'll wait till the project is created. Okay, so our project has been completed. Now let's continue. Now we have to add an app. So we'll start by adding an Android app. We'll click on Android. Here you have to fill two things: Android package name and debug signing certificate SHA1. Make sure to fill this optional content, because if you don't fill this, your Google sign-in method won't work as written here. Okay, so for this both thing, we'll go to our Android Studio. Under Android Studio, under project section, under this name, we'll expand it. Under this, we'll go to Android. Under Android, we'll go to the app. Under app, we'll go to build.gradle. Remember, you have to not go to this build.gradle. You have to go it under app 1. And this is known as app-based build.gradle level. Under this, you will find this application ID com.example.fluttergoogle.auth. So just copy it, paste it here. And now for debug signing certificate SHA1, what we are going to do is we have to click this open for editing in Android Studio. Click it in new window and wait till the build finishes. Okay, so build is now finished. Now we go to Gradle, right upside. With this, in this Gradle, you will see Android. If you didn't see Android, please wait for the build to be finished. After that, you'll see the Android. In Android, go to tasks. In tasks, go to Android again, and in this Android you will find this second number option, signing report. Double click on signing report. Once you click it, expand this signing report. Here you will find your SHA1 key. Okay, so just copy it, paste it in your debug signing certificate. Okay, now click on register app. Our work of this Android new tab window has done, so we can close it. Okay, now we have to download Google services.json and add it to the project view. So for that, what we'll do is download this, download it. Okay, go to your file manager, download section. You will find this Google services, copy it, close your file manager, and we'll paste it to the project view in Android Studio. Okay, so I'll tell you here, go to my Flutter Google Auth under Android, under app. You have to paste it under app, remember, and then refactor it. Okay, close it. The second process has been done. We'll click on next. Then you have to add Firebase SDK to our project level build.gradle and app level build.gradle. So first we'll do it to the project level build.gradle file. By project level build.gradle file means the build.gradle file which is present in here under Android, not under application, just under Android. So this is our project level. If you open both, here you will see one, you will see Android/build.gradle, and one you will see app/build.gradle. First we'll go to project.build.gradle and add this line. Okay, copy. Under dependencies, under this class path, you have to add another dependency, Google GMS services. Okay, close it. Our work has been done here. Now let's go to app level build.gradle. Under this you have to add this dependencies folder. By default Flutter app does not have this dependencies folder created, so we'll create one dependencies folder here above Android. Okay, so this has been created. Now let's add this plugin. This one will already be added. Now let's add this. Okay, paste it. Next, and then we'll continue to console. So our Firebase has been added. Now it's time to add some dependencies. First we'll go to authentication in console only. Go to authentication, get started. This is authentication here, third number. Here in this you'll see many different authentication methods. So for right now this project we are doing Google authentication, so we'll click on edit and enable and save. You can add a project support email, any email address of yours is fine. Now click on save. Now Google has been enabled. Now we can close this. Now to add this Firebase to our application, what you have to do, don't worry about these errors, they won't affect our build, as we are doing everything in a lib file. Okay, lib here, this is our main.file in the lib folder. Now for adding this you have to add dependencies in pubsec.yaml file too. This is a pubsec.yaml file. Make sure not to edit this file. We'll just add some dependencies and don't do anything else. Google sign in to our pubsec.yaml. For that, go to your browser, search Google sign in dependency. Just write Flutter, Google sign in Flutter. Here the first link, this will be pub.dev Google sign in. Open this. Under this, when you scroll down, when you don't go to readme, go to installing. Here you will see our version, and this is the dependency you need to add. So copy it and paste it here. Cupertino icons. Make sure to paste it right here. Don't leave any extra or less spaces. If you give any extra spaces, the pubsec file will give you error. Make sure it's just 2 space from your 1 and 2. Okay, so now let's add 2 more dependencies which will be requiring. One is Firebase Auth. Go to search same Firebase Auth dependency Flutter. You will get this pub.dev. Under this installing, you will get the dependency. Copy it, paste. One more dependency, Firebase core dependency. The same method, just type Firebase core Flutter. You'll get this pub.dev file, or else you can type this link and it will get open. Okay, now we will add one more dependency. It's not compulsory, but it is for showing us whether the user has been registered or not. It is known as Flutter toast. Flutter toast pubsec.dev. Go to installing, and you will see Flutter toast version 8.0.7. Copy it, paste it. This is for showing toast, so that once the user is registered, we can show the toast that user has been registered. Okay, so now just press pubget. We'll wait. This has been exited with code 0, so means all the dependencies have been added. Now let's go to a main.dart file. You can press ignore here. If you don't get main.dart, this is under lib folder. Okay, lib main.dart. In this main.dart, let's add the UI. First of all, material app, home, center widget. Under center widget, we'll create its child. Let's do it text button. Let's do it container widget. Under container widget, we'll add a child, text button. Under text button, we'll add a child which will be a text widget, and the text shown will be here, will be Google. We'll also add a method onPressed. It is showing error because onPressed method is not made. If right now we are not adding the method, we'll add it later. So let's close. Let's make it an empty method. This is how you make it. Next, we'll decorate the container. Let's give it height and width. Height is 40 pixels, width can be 80. Okay, and then next we can add a padding to it. padding agent sets dot all. Use this method agent sets dot all for giving padding and margin in Flutter. Let's give it 7 is enough. Then let's decorate the box decoration. Okay, and the box decoration we can add colors dot, let's keep it white. Okay, let's keep it white, and let's keep the text style black. Text style black. Okay, we'll keep the box decoration white and the font to be black. Then we can add a border radius. Okay, so border radius dot all, radius dot circular, and well, let's give it a radius of 8, I guess. Okay, that would be fine. Yes, UI has been completed. Now let's create the method sign in with Google. So okay, for that method we'll create here future. We are creating this method future type of user credential. User credential means a user, the information of the user, credential of the user. Okay, let's keep the name sign in with Google. Okay, now it will throw some null error. For solving that null error, you have to go to the first line here, add a comment at the rate dot equals to 2.9. This will solve the error. Okay, now let's start our Google method. It is simple. First we have to add a line final Google sign in account, Google sign in account, Google user, let's name it Google user, equals to await Google sign in dot sign in, Google sign in dot sign in. Okay, here this await is giving error because you have not added the async folder. Press alt enter for solving the issues. Here first one, add async modifier. Okay, so now this has been solved. Now next line, we have created a Google user. Now let's create a credential. For that we'll get final Google auth credential. Before that, let's add another name, another file, Google auth. Okay, we'll be requiring this for a credential, so let's delete this. We'll add a final Google sign in authentication. Yeah, this one, Google auth equals to await Google user dot authentication. Okay, now once this has been created, one Google auth has been created. Now let's add a credential to it. For that, final Google auth credential, now let's name it credential, equals to Google auth provider dot credential, Google auth provider dot credential. Okay, here we have to pass two strings as parameter. One is ID token and one is access token. We will access this both from Google auth. So ID token is Google auth, ID token is Google auth dot ID token. Okay, Google auth dot ID token, and access token is Google auth dot access token. Yeah, this is completed. Now last line, we have to return the user which we have been created from Google. So we will return await Firebase auth dot instance dot sign in with credential. We'll make it sign in. Okay, and this is the credential we have been passing. Yes, so the whole Google sign-in method has been completed within 7 to 8 lines. Now we'll just pass this method which we have created here. We have to pass it like here, like this. Make sure sign in with Google. Okay, now let me add my emulator. We have not get any errors. Let's see. I'll show up my emulator here. I app is opening. See, we have got this Google. This is looking worse. Let's change the padding. Let's add a height to 60. We'll sync it. It would look good. Okay, so now it's looking good. Now let's click on Google. Let's see if our method works. Okay, so this is here. Let's choose any account. Let's say I choose this. Let's check if a user has been added. For that, go to console. Console, Firebase console on our application. By mistake I closed it. Okay, go to authentication section. Here we'll reload it. There has been some error. Okay, so no Firebase app default has been created. We have missed a step. Okay, I'll do it real quick. So the error that was occurring because we have not initialized the Firebase in the main app. So we'll do this. These 2 lines you have to write. This is widgets flutter binding dot ensure initialized and await Firebase. For this, we have to add a async modifier and import this Firebase code or dot. So that will work fine. Let's create a toast here after signing is credential. Let's create a toast on press. Let's create a toast here. If it works, flutter toast dot toast and message account created. Okay, so this will show a toast to us. Let's try to. It has been synced. Let's click on Google. Account created. Now let's go check in our authentication. See this here. We have got this saral52@gmail.com Google account. Okay, thank you guys for watching. And if you think you have got some values from this video, please like, subscribe and share to as many friends as possible. Thank you.